Lebanon Valley Destination Marketing Organization is going around and to the municipalities seeking their ratification for the recognition of the DMO as the Tourism Promotion Agency. In anticipation of that, this ordinance, after being advertised and if you approve it at the next commissioners meeting, would establish the breakdown of the distribution of the hotel tax dollars by ordinance. It does a couple of, that's the primary purpose of this. It establishes the definitions that are in the Act, the Tourism Promotion Act. It provides for how the hotel room rental tax is collected, what exemptions are applicable to the hotel tax, how the operators shall file their tax with the county treasurer's office, how the treasurer's office collects it, and the disbursement of the revenues of the hotel tax, which is primarily what is proposed as a change in this ordinance over the prior ordinance, number 35. Thank you. Also provides for penalties for late payment, enforcement of non-payment, and so on for the hoteliers and room owners that submit this. As I said, the biggest change to this, or the largest portion of this, is the distribution of the hotel tax revenues. And as proposed to you today, the distribution would be that the designated tourism promotion agency would receive 55% of the funds. The Lebanon Valley Exposition Corporation would receive 35% of the funds, and the remaining 10% of the funds would be for use by the county for maintaining special county tourism efforts. The old percentages were that 50% went to the tourism promotion agency, which was the Exposition Corporation, and the other 50% was retained by the county for the same thing, for special county tourism efforts. So this would reduce the county's portion for use down to 10%, and the other 90% would be split among the TPA and the Exposition Corporation. That's after a 2% administration fee that comes off the top for the collection costs for the county treasurer.
3 items for consideration. The first one would be Article VIII, Section 2, where it says the tourist promotion agency receiving any revenues from the tax authorized by this ordinance shall submit prior to March 31st of the following year an audited report, etc.
Mm-hmm.
But I think because the expo is specifically mentioned in here as getting a large sum, tens of thousands of dollars, after tourist promotion agency it should say and Lebanon Valley Exposition Center should both be providing us with audited financial statements. That was our criticism before, and I think we have to correct that now. Number 2 is that I want to support both of these entities, but to do that I'm requesting formally budgets from both of these entities to show how they would use this money. Everything has been hearsay to me, and I have not seen anything concisely and in writing. So I'm asking for that prior to our vote. I think it's March 19th. And then the final thing is I just want to discuss the ownership of tangible assets. We also mentioned that we've lost too much too often with these TPAs. We would retain ownership of all of the everything, the booklets and the website, etc., computers, whatever it is that they have. And it could be banners, it could even be a building at some point, you don't know. But whatever the tangible assets are, that ownership remains with the county. So I don't know if that should be part of this ordinance or if it should just be in a separate agreement, but I thought it should be brought to the floor. Those are the...
Could probably be in the resolution, couldn't it?
Yeah, I spoke to Dave Warner about that earlier this morning, and you know, that there will be a resolution, which is the next logical step to this, that would designate the TPA. That's how, after the municipalities take their votes, that's how that is done according to the Act.
We don't want to have to start over again.
Or if you want to authorize advertisement of this ordinance with those changes, it's, you know, it's in draft form, so we can certainly add that part in Section 8 about the
certainly the,
Horace Airgood, who is the treasurer's solicitor, is taking a look at the enforcement provisions in here to see if there's some need to change any wording to it or put a little more teeth into it for those who charge the hotel tax and remit it to the treasurer, in case we have problems there, to have a little more teeth. So he's still looking at that. I did get an email from him with some things, but that can be, you know, if the ordinance can be advertised, and then before final adoption, you just announce what those little tweaks are.
Can you remind me what the annual hotel tax roughly is? I know it's a moving figure.
Per million.
250.
Yeah, it's about 250 now, yeah.
Move to approve.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded to approve ordinance number 53, directly relating with the collection and disbursement of the hotel tax. All those in favor of the ordinance, advertising the ordinance as presented, indicate by saying aye.
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 Opposed?
Should,
I said advertising.
yeah, I know.
Bob Phillips.
Yes,
Assuming that's where you're going.
yeah, it's just in the openness thing. I just want to make sure that we don't get into trouble, any of us. And should Bob be recusing himself under the situation?
I did ask
of
our solicitor, and
Appearance of a conflict of interest, or no?
well, I can't help appearances, but I can tell you what his answer was that you can amplify.
Yeah, no, I don't believe there's any conflict of interest in.
I did seek his opinion because
Yeah. I'm not playing judge. I just raised the question. I feel that's important.
and I can't help
that we hold
appearances.
each other accountable, and you know,
Thank
that
you.
way we're not
Appreciate that.
we're not ignoring it or, you know, anything, hiding it. We're just bringing it out in the open.